What's up, family? My homeboy hit me. He told me to talk about DNA and the science of DNA, and basically like your DNA. So what you have to understand is the mother and father both come together and they put the DNA together to make the child. So when a man ejaculates or his sperm, he carries his information. All of his information is in his sperm. It's called cerebral fluid. It comes from your brain stem. So when you ejaculate, it comes from your brain. It goes down and it comes out, and that's all your information. Why you think a child will look just like you once you have the child, or the child will look like you and the mother, or the child will look like the mother because she holds her information. So you have to understand how powerful that is. So you know why people who married they start saying that they start looking alike after a while? That's because if a male is married to a woman, when they're having sex constantly and over a long period of time, he downloads his information into that woman, and actually she will start taking on the characteristics of that man. That's why women, you have to be careful who you're having sex with and who you're having relations with, because you're taking on their energy along with their negative information if you're dealing with a negative person. So you have to understand that when you make your DNA to bring forth a child, you bring along all your information at that time. So if at that time you're unhealthy, you're not eating right, or you're somewhere messed up mentally or anything like that, you're spiritually not right, all that information is downloaded into that child when that child is conceived. So you wonder why some children just have a certain way about them, or some children just won't act right, is a lot of times because the information that was downloaded at the time of conception is not right. So you have to be very careful. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to make sure when you're out having sex and you're choosing partners that you take this into consideration. Because a lot of motherfuckers around here having babies, and you having babies with weak ass people, man. You know what I'm saying? People who ain't right. So now you got a whole generation of people who ain't right. So when it comes to DNA, you have to understand it's just like me and a woman, or me and my wife have a baby, okay, and I download my information, she puts her information in, we have a child. Okay, so we made up the physical compounds of that child on the third dimension, and you have to understand that a soul inherits that child. So per se, you could put in the physical characteristics, but you don't even know that child. It could be an ancient soul. That child could be a soul from millions of years ago, 1,000 years ago. So you have to understand that the the soul comes back. Souls are nothing new. That's why you have children who are so enlightened, it seems like they way beyond their years, or very wise. That's because that's a soul that's lived on this earth before and just coming back to live another physical experience. So understand that when you making these children, you invest into them DNA wise, and then there's a soul that inherits that body. That's why sometimes your information is downloaded. Your father could have been an alcoholic, but he downloaded that information while he was an alcoholic, and then a majority of his kids turn out to be alcoholics when they grow up. So you have to understand it's very important to take care of yourself and be right spiritually, mentally, and physically when you're having children, or when you're thinking about having children. So just a little science on DNA. Y'all holla at me. It's your boy Oddbo. You.